the body systems of the typical 40-year-old are 20% less effective than they were at age 20. And yet the 40-year-old who exercises regularly may, in fact, be more physically fit than his 20-year-old counterpart who does not have a healthy lifestyle.
With any type of exercise, obviously you're going to have the increased circulation, which will keep you more of a youthful appearance. It keeps your skin more elastic. It keeps your brain working, although it doesn't necessarily keep more hair on your head. But if I didn't have weightlifting in terms of being able to handle stress, or possibly when you only have 6 or 7 hours of sleep at night or 5 hours of sleep, a lot of times instead of going out for lunch for a burger or something, hitting the gym and doing a quick workout, it really gets you going during the day. So it's really like a natural, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a natural stimulant. It's a way of jacking up your body's metabolism and making your mind nice and clear going into the meetings during the workday. Or if you just feel like laying around and watching TV on a weekend, but you got to move all the brush out to the front curb for the brush pickup, it's a way of waking you up. Instead of taking that afternoon nap, you go do maybe a 20-minute workout in the basement, or just go for a walk. Just kind of get the blood flowing, and you're feeling real well. So moving down the body, I think in terms of the youthful appearance, and also at least what I've found in the business world is that you have more self-confidence, and if need be, from a athletic point of view, you can present an intimidation factor in terms of trying to get your point across, say in a meeting, or if you're meeting with a particularly difficult client, something on that order. If you're able to really kind of be a presence, which the weightlifting does do for you, it enables you to think quicker on your feet. I would say that as far as weightlifting, exercise, any type of physical activity, it's about a 50-50 mix in terms of benefits between mental capacity and really physical abilities. And so it's a part of my life, and it has been for 22 years in terms of the weightlifting, in terms of the physical activity, probably since I was a kid, playing sports. But I fully expect to be doing it when I'm well into my 80s and 90s. I keep telling my son, he keeps telling me, well, Dad, half your life is over, because I'm 40 years old, and I tell him, 1/3 of my life is over. I'm planning to go to 120, and he goes, oh yeah, sure, yeah. But I'm deadly serious, I'm going to keep going and until a bus hits me or something. It really helps keep your life in balance.
Each organ system declines according to both its type and a given individual's genetic makeup. For example, the heart's reduction in cardiac output happens at a slower rate than the decrease that takes place in lung capacity. With reduced function, the brain and the liver both actually begin to weigh less. Simply put, none of the body's organs are as effective and efficient as before. There are also noticeable reductions in male grip strength, and in both males and females simple reaction times to light and sound. Men and women also begin to have more difficulty maintaining homeostasis. The term homeostasis refers to the process by which the body keeps itself in a state of balance or equilibrium. For example, when a person becomes very active, his breathing and heart rate increase in order to bring more oxygen to the body's cells. Likewise, when he is very hot, he sweats. Sweating causes the body to give off heat in order to cool itself down. The older a person is, the longer it takes for homeostatic adjustments like these to occur. The result is that it becomes increasingly more difficult for the body to both adapt to and recover from physical stress. Let's consider what happens when, for example, a younger person faces an older person in soccer. Though their level of skill is the same, the older adult will require a longer warm-up period before the game. And after the game, It will be longer before his heart rate, breathing, and blood sugar levels return to normal. Similarly, a 35-year-old may notice that she is no longer able to function adequately after skimping on sleep the night before. The same-aged person finds it more difficult to bounce back after a full day of heavy exertion. Over time, the aging process also impacts upon the body's organ reserve. Organ reserve is each organ's capacity to respond as needed to a stressful event or condition that demands intense or prolonged effort. Because it is rarely necessary for the body to draw upon this reserve, the changes in organ capacity generally go unnoticed. So already in young adulthood, senescence has begun to make a difference. But for the typical young adult with a healthy lifestyle, it is only in the areas of athletic performance and sexual responsiveness and fertility that its impact can really be noticed. Athletically, the process of senescence creates minor reductions in strength, reaction time, and lung efficiency. Though professional as well as serious weekend athletes will notice a difference, performance levels can be maintained by practicing good health habits and maintaining a rigorous training schedule. Most young adults initiate a long-term sexual relationship and begin to reproduce between the ages of 20 and 40. Changes that take place in the sexual reproductive system during this period have little effect on sexual activity, but can have a major impact in regard to the timing of parenthood. In both men and women, sexual responsiveness, sexual preferences, and sexual orientation vary. These variances may be attributed to several factors. One's innate predisposition for experiencing sensuality and emotion has of course an important influence, as do experiences during childhood, including verbal and nonverbal attitudes that parents express about sex, information and misinformation about sex that a child may receive, and whether as a child an individual is inappropriately subjected to sex as in cases of sexual molestation. In addition, cultural norms and cultural taboos shape an individual's sexual experiences. For example, although the sexual revolution of the 60s changed attitudes about sex tremendously, a subtle sexual double standard remains in place, as does the stigmatization of females who are perceived to be sexually aggressive in their behavior.